How we doing? How we doing? I hope we're doing well. I hope we're doing swell. So listen, this video is going to be a very important video, especially if you find yourself to be an overthinker of sorts. Cool. So listen, today I was just thinking to myself. I had some free time. I had just finished a meal, a quick snack, and I was thinking to ourselves that, no, ourselves. I was thinking to myself, or if you believe in spirituality and oneness theory, then yeah, I was thinking to ourselves. Anyways, I was thinking to myself that we're often overthinkers, you know. Not all of us, of course. We all have different personalities. Well, I'll say I'm an overthinker a lot of the time. But I'm not the only one. I know there's many of you who are also overthinkers, and I was thinking to myself, why do we like to keep thinking about things and ruminating over things that we can't change? Or even ruminating over things that we can change? I was just wondering to myself, why do we like to think so much? Think about it. Think about it though. Compared to all the other animals on this planet, why are we the ones that like to keep on thinking and looping scenarios and situations in our mind? Why is that? Scientists will tell you that it is because we adapted to become an intelligent species who uses our brain to survive rather than our physical assets. As you know, a lion and a tiger, they have sharp claws. They can essentially one shot you, one swipe, they can take your life. But we have tools. We became intelligent, we thought things through, and we created tools to protect us and to help us to grow food, crops, etc., etc. And ultimately, we use these tools to turn our thoughts into reality. This massive society you see around you, the houses, the towers, the fun things, the arcades, the massive, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. Something, you know what I'm saying? All of the nice buildings, right? All of the nice buildings were created because of this. Now, a monk would tell you that you shouldn't be overthinking. They'll tell you that our brains are bloated and massive. We are essentially animals with a bloated brain, meaning we keep thinking and thinking. We don't stop thinking, and oftentimes our thoughts, if not held captive and measured accurately, they can destroy us. I've said this in a previous video, but think about this, right? You can only act on the active thought in your mind. I'm going to say that one again. You can only act on the active thought in your mind. And what I mean by that, my friend, is you cannot act on something with which you aren't holding in your mind at once. So cool, another analogy. This will be a nice little segue to another point I want to make. I'll make this a dual video then. Two points in this video I want to make. One is about insult and taking offense, and the other point I will get to that. But cool, this is gonna be a good analogy because I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and I made this realization. Anyways, say you're walking down the street, you're a man walking down the street, and a woman approaches you and she's looking you up strange, and then she says you look like a woman and keeps walking past. Tell me what your reaction would be. Also, if you are a woman, assume that it's a man doing this and they're calling you a man, and tell me what your reaction would be to that. Would you take offense to those words? Or would it go in one ear and out the other? Because your reaction to this says a great deal about your personal psychology, how you view yourself, and how you view the world. Specifically, if they say this to you and you feel offended and you have an instant, an immediate reaction and you say something back, that shows that you took a personal injury to those words, wouldn't you say? If there was no validity to the words they said, you would think that's a crazy person, right? Say there's a crazy man who walks down the street and he says you're a giraffe and he walks past. Would you take offense to that? I don't think you would because you're aware that the man is not in he's not sane, he's not in his right mind, so his words would just go past you, you wouldn't take it serious. So why is it then? Why is it, my friend, that you would take offense to the phrasing that you are a man if you are a woman, or you look like a woman if you are a man. You have to ask yourself, if there was absolutely no validity to the words that the man was saying, would you have taken offense to it? And this says, I'm going to make this a 3-part video. I can see it. 3 points. Okay, so yeah, what this shows you is that your immediate reaction and your knee-jerk reaction and the fact that you took offense to those words, that tells you that somewhere deep down inside of you, you think there's validity to those words. Because my friend, if you didn't take those words seriously, you wouldn't have been offended and you wouldn't have had an immediate reaction to those words. You see, oftentimes in life, we take offense to things that people say, but really and truly, the fact that we are taking offense to those words means that deep down, we believe that there is validity to those words. So really what you should be doing is seeing why you believe those words are valid. Because a more confident and assured man, if he was walking down the street and a stranger, right, a random stranger walked up to him and called him a woman, he's confident in his masculinity. He believes he's a man. He knows he's a man. So why would he take that seriously? And I say this to say that oftentimes when we hear words, when we get offended or insulted by words, oftentimes it's because we take a personal injury to those words. Because if we didn't believe there was any validity to the words, we wouldn't care. It wouldn't rattle us. So, my friend, I say all this to say, the next time you feel offended by something, ask yourself what the underlying reason is behind the offense. Because more often than not, it's because there is a part of yourself, your shadow, which you are hiding from. And in doing so, you have to defend it. Because you are hiding from your shadow, you have to keep defending yourself. When people say words which bring it to the surface, you have to keep on defending and attacking and counterattacking and reacting. In fact, one could say every emotional reaction that we have is essentially just us defending our own mind. And that brings up the question, if our mind is something that has to be offended from ideas, how secure are we in our humanity? How secure are we in our sense of self? And how secure are we in our ego? Now, I'll probably make this a 3-part video because if not, it may go over an hour and I'm not sure you guys want to watch me yap for an hour straight. But yeah, that's just the quick point that I wanna make to you guys. And if you internalize the lesson and the mindset behind this, I assure you, you will go far in life and you won't make impulsive decisions or live in cognitive dissonance. So overall, the message of this video is don't be offended by words. And if you are, ask yourself what underlying insult, or rather what underlying injury you took from those words, and what that injury is and why you have it. And the deeper and deeper and deeper you go into this practice, my friend, the more you will learn about yourself and about reality and about everyone and society, everything, the entire earth, my friend, the universe, the sun, the stars. Everything will start to make sense to you, my friend. So yeah, that's just a quick video. That's the part 1. I'm going to get into the other 2 points I wanted to make in the part 2. That's going to drop in, by the time this comes out, it will have already dropped. So look forward to that one. I'll see you in a bit.